Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the 4th of July duo and then some of the mystery Crellies from Painted Polish. These are all available right now, so I will link the Painted Polish website down below and I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Fancy My Fireworks, and this is a glitter topper. This is made up of red, blue, and silver holographic shredded glitter. And I am layering this over OPI Sailing and Nailing. So I thought I had a ton of shredded glitter on my brush. I did dab a little bit back off into the bottle so that it was slightly less dense on my nail. And these are shredded glitters. They're not flaky, so they are going to stick up a bit. There'll be some texture to this. You'll definitely want a top coat. And good formula on this one. I am kind of pushing things around with the brush a little bit to get everything covered evenly. That's just kind of something you end up having to do with these larger glitters. So that is one coat of Fancy My Fireworks. The next polish is called Liberty Belle, and this is red and blue color shifting flakies in a white Crelly base. So this is in a white Crelly base. It is a bit sheer on the first coat, but there are a ton of flakies in there. And I mentioned this when I talked about Fancy My Fireworks, but these are multi-chrome flakies. They're not like the shredded metallic glitters in the last polish. So these will dry much more flat and they won't stick to the nail like a glitter will either. This one does start to build up on the second coat. I do like it better in 3 though. I like to build that white base up just a little bit more. And good formula on this one also. The white base on this one does build up where I like it on that third coat. And you can see that second coat did dry just a little bit more sheer than it applied. So that is 3 coats of Liberty Belle. The next polish is called Party Like a Patriot, and this is not part of the 4th of July duo, but it is a previous red, white, and blue polish that's coming back for the 4th of July this year. This is a white Crelly base with blue, red, and silver holographic micro glitter. This one is also a bit sheer on the first coat. It is a Crelly. A ton of glitter in here though. And I was actually really happy with this in my swatch photos in 2 coats, so I'm expecting to only do 2 coats here. Even though I usually prefer Crellies like this in 3, the white base built up like right where I wanted it on that second coat. So like I mentioned, I only did 2 coats for my swatch photos for this one, and it's looking pretty good in 2 for me here. But you might want 3 just depending on your application. There is a lot of glitter in here, so this is going to dry textured and it will be difficult to remove. You definitely will need top coat to smooth everything out. So that is 2 coats of Party Like a Patriot. So the next 4 polishes are mystery Crellies that have already been revealed and are just currently available on the website. So these are all French numbers, and if there's one language that I don't want to F around with trying to pronounce when I don't understand the phonetics, it's French. So I'll have everything down at the bottom of the screen and I'll just tell you what these numbers are in English because I will butcher them. So this one is mystery Crelly Six. 6 in French and English are spelled the same way, but I highly doubt they're pronounced the same way. Again, not something that I want to try to butcher. This is a kind of medium blue Crelly base with orange, purple, and gold micro glitter. So this is a Crelly base. It's a darker Crelly base because it is, like I said, a medium blue, but it's still a bit sheer on the first coat. And a good amount of glitter coming out as well. And good formula on this one. This one actually to me feels just slightly on the thinner side, but not like, oh my gosh, it's too thin, I can't use it. Just a little bit thinner than what I'm used to from like a painted polish Crelly. But whenever I talk about a polish being a little bit thin, I always want to remind anybody watching that that's coming from someone that prefers thicker formulas. So this one does build up pretty well on that second coat. I ended up doing 3 for my swatch photos. I'm going to let this one dry completely before I decide for sure what I'm going to do. I tend to err on the side of 1 more coat when I do photos, just because sometimes you can see nail line and flaws that you don't see in person in the pictures. So this one is actually looking pretty solid still, so I'm going to call it there. That is 2 coats of Mystery Crelly 6, or French for 6. So the next polish is Mystery Crelly French for 8, and this is a white Crelly base with holographic gold, holographic magenta, black, and maybe even some navy. I can't tell if my eyes are playing tricks on me or if there's some navy in there. I think there is. Micro glitter. So this one is a white Crelly base. It is a bit sheer on that first coat, but like the other ones, a good amount of glitter and good formula on this one. The base on this one does start to build up on that second coat. I do think it's a little more sheer than Party Like a Patriot. So this is one that I will want 3 coats for. If you like the sheer Crelly look, you could get away with 2, but I like to build it up a little bit more. And like most all the polishes that I'm talking about in this video, this is micro glitter, so it is going to be difficult to remove, and it is going to dry textured. So this one builds up to where I like it on that 3rd coat. And again, you will want top coat to smooth that texture off, and maybe a peel off base coat if you don't want to have to scrub the glitter off. I tend to opt out of the peel off base coat most of the time, just because I haven't found one that I get good wear time out of. So that is 3 coats of Mystery Crelly French for 8. The next polish is Mystery Crelly French for 10, and this is a lighter kind of baby blue Crelly base with a couple different shades of pink, some blue, and purple metallic micro glitter. So this one is also a bit sheer on the 1st coat, and you do get a good amount of glitter out of this one as well, and good formula also. This one does start to build up on that 2nd coat, but I am going to do 3. I did 3 for my photos. The 2nd coat will dry a little bit more sheer than it applies, so I should need a 3rd coat after all that's dry. And like the other polishes, and like I've mentioned before, these will dry textured because of that micro glitter, and the micro glitter will stick to the nails a bit when you go to remove it. So this one does cover completely for me on that 3rd coat. I think you could probably get away with 2 if you really wanted to. I just had a few like really minor spots. I'm being super picky by adding this 3rd coat. So that is 3 coats of Mystery Crelly French for 10. And the last polish is Mystery Crelly French for 11, and this is a white Crelly base with orange, gold, and purple holographic micro glitter. So this one is a little bit sheer. The white base on this one seems to be slightly more opaque than, oh geez, what was that last white Crelly that I did? Mystery Crelly French for 8. And a good amount of glitter in this one as well. And you may hear Lily causing trouble and singing songs in the background because it's 4 minutes past kitty dinner time. And good formula on this one. So this one actually builds up really nicely on that 2nd coat. It did have what I feel is a slightly more opaque white base to begin with, so I think I can get away without the 3rd coat because this looks kind of like with Party Like a Patriot. This looks pretty much how I want Crellies to look in 2 coats, but it usually takes 3. And textured, yes, you'll definitely want top coat, and that glitter will stick to the nail when you remove it. So that is 2 coats of Mystery Crelly French for 11.
So I think Fancy My Fireworks is actually going to be my favorite. I wasn't expecting this one to be my favorite, but I really liked how it looked over OPI Sailing and Nailing. So I'm gonna have to try this over a few other colors and see how that looks as well. But so far, this one is definitely my favorite. So those are some new and various polishes from Painted Polish. Again, I will link that website down below where you guys can check those out. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.